Baby, be in love with your fantasies. I can be a star, make us high so bright. Welcome to my dungeon, this is ecstasy. Let me play the fantasy.
Okay, no, for real. I'm about to get into these questions, y'all.
Go ahead and kick it off.
Oh, yeah. Come on. You got to answer these from a dude perspective, too, okay? And then I'll tell you.
Okay, I'm going to give you the real.
Okay. How do you feel about the 90-day rule?
How do I feel about the 90-day rule?
Yeah.
I definitely feel like
So the 90-day rule would be you meet somebody and you don't get intimate with them and have any type of sexual relationship or any intercourse within the first 90 days.
You can be intimate, but you can't be sexual.
You can't be sexual.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it's valid. I feel like it's valid for the simple fact that the day and age that we living in right now, I just feel like more than ever, I feel like a 90-day rule should be implemented. I just feel like that. Just the way that people be moving these days and how sex is such, I just feel like sex
so overrated, right?
Like overrated and oversaturated to a degree.
Yeah.
And I feel like you got to do whatever you got to do to like really like understand who that person is first. I know that kind of sound kind of sappy coming from a dude,
Ooh.
but really though, you really got to like know these females out here. You got to know who you're dealing with, especially if you're really trying to get like into a serious relationship.
Do you think that there's value in that though? Like especially if you have intent on being with them for longer than 90 days, like you really legit like them. Do you think that there's value in somebody that's like,
absolutely?
But what if they don't know? Like, what if they don't know you put them on the 90-day rule and it takes about that long before you actually have sex with them? Like, is that to say that the person is more valuable to you because you feel like they did make you wait and you had to work for that, or from a man perspective, or is it just kind of like, I'm still gonna be with her no matter what if we had sex 2 days after we met?
I think it's just gonna make it even better, especially like meeting somebody new. I feel like it does increase the value level, and then it also just increases like the curiosity. The longer you wait, the more that anticipation grows.
I agree with that.
I feel like if y'all get together and y'all just start having sex within like 2 weeks,
like real fast,
real fast.
It's almost like you've already given them everything.
I feel like it kind of just kills it to a degree.
Yeah.
It kind of stymies you like the growth process. If you stick into like a 90-day rule, it's really going to help y'all build y'all relationship in so many different other areas that's not even talking about sex.
Yeah.
That y'all gonna get a closer connection way faster within those 90 days
but what if you
than somebody that would if y'all had sex within like within the 90 days.
What if you are the rule maker and you break your own rule? How do you think you would feel about that?
Man, I think you would feel like, damn, I probably should have waited. And just that thought in your mind, like, man, I should have waited. But you can always like fix that. Like if y'all had sex within the 90 days, you probably would want to dial back and be like, okay, let's kind of just like take it easy. Let's don't keep jumping in this too early. Ain't trying to jump in that water every night.
My only concession to that would be like somebody that, and maybe they're like, a little less insecure, because I feel like even from a man perspective, if a man wanted to wait 90 days and a woman didn't want to wait 90 days, but she's still really into him, it could go either way. I feel like you could either meet a woman that's like just a very sexual person, that's just what they genuinely enjoy with the interaction of having another man, but perhaps they don't see the value in necessarily waiting because they already feel emotionally attached and involved with somebody, so it's like, I don't need to wait for that. I already know I really like him. Like, and maybe, no. And I'm saying it like, maybe it's just somebody that you see in passing, like y'all have had some good conversations, but it's never really been taken to that level. But I don't know. Like, I feel like you're going to either have a woman that doesn't really see the value in waiting 90 days and they don't really care about that, or you're going to see somebody that's like, sure, he waited for me like, whether it be 90 days or 6 months.
That's what I'm saying. That's going to be the value in it. And down the road, I feel like that's going to be something that you're going to always think of. Like, yeah, we like took it slow. We really took the time to get to know each other.
Yeah.
And it wasn't about sex. It wasn't about him touching on me. It wasn't about him rubbing on my thighs. It wasn't about him rubbing on these breasts. And it had a lot to do with like what your interests are, what you into. See, there go that song again from Biggie Smalls. Tell me what your interests are, who you be with.
what number to down.
Yeah, there you go.
Something like that.
So I really feel like that. I just feel like it just takes, the spotlight off of like sex, and it puts it in other areas, more important areas as far as like longevity in a relationship. I feel like that.
Okay. Good answer.
Yeah, that's speaking from like the good male perspective. But most men, I feel like most men, I'll be honest with you, most men, if the woman's ready to go ahead and bust that thing open, 9 times out of 10, they just gonna go ahead and do it. They're not gonna be like,
but okay, and if that happens, like if do you think that that's like why people aren't really out here looking for relationships for real, because they already know like how easy it is to accomplish something like that? Like nowadays,
that's what I feel like, because people are so accessible these days, especially through social media, so they already like talking and texting and sexting but
everything else in between.
That's why I feel like the 90-day rule will be so important more now than ever before.
So, okay. So a fair rule, is it after you decide that you want to pursue somebody, like, okay, like I really like him, and, in your mind, you're going to just set 90 days and say, I really want to pursue him, and I'm going to see if he's going to be able to wait 90 days for me and what he willing to do in these 90 days.
You know what I mean? I think that's a good targeted goal, though, babe. I think that's a real good targeted goal.
I'm not knocking it, though.
Yeah.
I do, too. I would agree. But I just say, like, essentially, like, you think 90 days of being around somebody of the opposite sex, I don't know how challenging that is in real dating life, for real, like, now, today. I don't know how challenging that might be. I
think it's more challenging now than it is ever before, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because for the, I don't know.
For the obvious reasons.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Because people are so accessible, they can communicate in ways that you couldn't do 20 years ago. And like I said, you can shoot for that 90 day, but you know what I mean? If you fall short and it's like, it's 82 days, like, I'm not going to fault you for it. Go ahead and round that thing up to 90 days.
And make it happen. Okay.
Yeah. But the main thing is just waiting as long as you can until y'all have properly, like, really established something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. What y'all think? Tune in, chime in on the 90-day rule. Have y'all ever used the 90-day rule? Okay, let us know how that went for you and what you thought about it and following it.
And have you ever told your partner that you put them on a 90-day rule?
Yeah, did you tell them that you were doing a 90-day rule? Because I feel like anybody will fall in line if they want something bad enough, and then as soon as they get it, they still gonna be gone. There's a chance, a good possibility, though.